Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Davis. Today I'm doing a presentation for possibly implementing an Acme Universal ID system. This system would be designed for U.S. military and federal installations. Um, this would help hopefully to deal with the problems of too many IDs for too many bases that are all regulated by the federal government. So they really don't need a different ID for every base. So what we want to do is try to fix everything so it's all encompassed in one ID no matter what base you go to, whether it be a shipyard or an air station or a regular Army base, it doesn't matter. So I just want to go over a few of the benefits. This would be a single universal encrypted card. Will use biometrics as well as background checks, things of that idea would come into play. You could also, the option is there to have vehicles added to one single card. So you don't have to actually have a base pass along with a ID along with a vehicle pass. It would all be encompassed into one card. This would also really help with when the lines at these bases get backed up. So the lines get backed up and then everything is thrown off because now you've got the schedule is off. The guys that are gonna take the material from the truck and put it where it needs to go on the base or on the boat or wherever it's going has now been pushed back. Or they have other appointments that are now pushing you further back in line. So this type of thing would really speed up the process and make everything very easy. So the idea is the target market clearly is the Department of Defense, United States government, because they pretty much control everything. They control everything that goes on security-wise at these bases, whether it be your background, the vehicles that you drive, the vehicles have to be registered, the whole 9 yards, it's all encompassed. And this one card would take care of all that. So you don't have to walk around like I do currently with somewhere between 9 and 12 cards depending on where you're going. According to DoD Workforce data, there's approximately just under 3 million active and civilian personnel, active duty, and civilian personnel that need access to these bases, whether it be as contractors or workers or just visitors. As far as better customers, better customer benefits, this would actually make things faster. And after the initial startup cost, there will be a large savings because instead of every base having to print up a different ID and a different car pass and so on and so forth, it's all going to be encompassed into one. So everything will be fully regulated with one card. Now there are some competitors out there, but there are limitations with what they can do. Regular contractor badges mainly are always going to have issues going base to base. So this would take care of that. There are also things called CAC cards, CAC cards. However, the current design with those is you have to previously pass like a top secret type background check. And you may not need a top secret background check to get on the base. You may just need what they call a green clearance, which is just where you're going onto the base and you're dropping property off for material. So that would take care of that. It would take care of how this system is fragmented. Initially, the cost estimate to encrypt these cards and get them out are $8 to $15 each, which currently is less than some places, is a little more than others, but it will work itself out in the end. There are also other benefits. The estimation is it would total savings reach 90 to 120 million per year, meaning the project would pay for itself anywhere between 12 and 18 months. To minimize any type of, rollout type disruptions and ensure success, we would probably try to implement it under like a 6-month pilot program where it'll be at different bases all over. And then as it becomes more successful and everything becomes more smooth, start to implement it further where it's continental United States, so on and so forth, and even overseas at some point. So the estimate would be it should all be fully implemented at every DoD installation, domestic and overseas, in 18 to 30 months. Funding is needed, clearly, for the startup investment. However, that is going to be offset by the reduced future cost, the enhanced security, and also because a lot of these systems are so outdated. I know personally, I've been probably once or twice a month, I go to a base or a installation, and their computers are down. And the backup system for this is you don't necessarily have an active computer scanning. It's already in the system. So the backup for that would be we can look and see. We don't have to wait. You don't have to come back, type of thing. So pretty much in closing, I feel like this would really smooth the process out as far as taking things to these bases. It's going to save a lot of money. It's going to save a lot of tax money because all these different IDs, it doesn't seem like much when it's just one person, but when you start looking at overall with defense contractors and just regular visitors who have to go in there and just do business once in a while, the cost right now is out of control, and the universal ID would definitely take care of that. So that's pretty much all I got right now, I believe. Thank you for your time.